Hello everyone, my name is Mike. I'm your full spastic alchemist, and this is I Drink and I Play Things. We'll be playing a little bit of Fallout 4 tonight, and tonight's beverage is going to be a little Don Julio. Not only just Don Julio, but Don Julio 1942, because I want to try it. This is what I got. Why? Because I don't feel like spending $150 on a bottle of booze. This was close to 18 for one, what essentially amounts to a little bit over 1.5 ounces. It's 50 milliliters of the premium tequila. Now, it's supposed to have, let's see what these notes say here. If I can find my mouse pointer, that'd be great. Screw it. It said it's supposed to be drank with a kind of like a salty snack or dark chocolate, something like that. It does have supposedly a roasted agave flavor to it. So I'm thinking it's same but different than a mezcal. Mezcal gets its smoky flavor from actually like fire roasting. I would say corn husks, but as I'm starting to learn, there could be other offerings that could be used for creating the smoke within mezcal. This pulls it out very much like other whiskeys by putting it into an oak barrel, and of course the inside of the oak is burnt, so it's getting its color and its flavor from the oak barrels that are used to create it. And I'm going to be drinking it out of a Glencairn glass. I'm going like this because I don't think you can see it, but it's written right down there on the bottom of the glass, Glencairn. It is I'll say it's a traditional whiskey glass, but really the glass is, from what I've been able to find, only been around since like 2001. So, it's barely able to drink. But it is a fantastic glass. I do really like drinking my mezcals in that, some like single barrel bourbons in it. Pretty much what it's designed to really focus the, I guess you would call it the head or the bouquet of the beverage in it. So, I'm going to be trying this with that, and we'll see how it goes. It's got a top. I mean, this is like a miniature version of the bottle. This is what the bottle does look like. Yeah, interesting. Got the little cork top as I throw it down on my keyboard. Hopefully I do not pour this on my keyboard. Yeah, this is something I will drink neat. $50 milliliters. It looks like a good pour. I wish I had more, but again, I'm not dropping $160 on a bottle. Really light on the smoke. Some vanilla. And I did kind of read about that, but I didn't know what to really expect. I didn't know if it was going to be a smack you in the face kind of vanilla, or if it's really subtle. Oh, that is that is smooth. And there's nothing like that first burn and sort of gut warm you get with your first sip of a whiskey or tequila or mezcal. Like it is. I mean, you get to repeat the flavor, but you gotta like wait a day. Like the second sip will be I mean, light burn, smooth across the tongue. Like there's no burn on the tongue. It's like the burns on kind of the upper part of my mouth. That's very nice. I think chocolate might be a little too strong for this. Like I have some Mexican chocolate I could try eating this with, and it's like a cinnamon. And if you've never had Mexican chocolate, you should. It is fantastic. Makes the best hot chocolates, and they're dairy free. So if you have like uh, issues with milk or dairy, Mexican chocolate, spot on. But it's not bitter like a dark chocolate. So if you don't enjoy the bitterness of dark chocolate, you can actually have a Mexican chocolate and you won't have some of the things that you may not like about dark chocolate in there. Actually, do I have? Now that I'm thinking. Mexican chocolate. This is a Mexican chocolate that's actually made in Somerville, Massachusetts. Uh, it was funny. I had gone to San Diego, and we also ended up going to Ensenada and Rosalita. And while we were down there, I was really looking forward to trying some authentic Mexican chocolate because I just absolutely love this stuff. And someone goes, "Oh, hey, Mike, there's some Mexican chocolate over there." So I went over to get it, and I grabbed it, and I read the back, and it said, "Made in Somerville." So this stuff, if you're finding this like in that area, it's legit. Comes in a disc. You break off these like little triangle bits. Let's see how it goes. So good. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Definitely. So Mexican chocolate works. The other thing I read about is, a salty snack. Some of my homemade beef jerky. Now I'm cheating a little bit. I do have regular beef jerky that I made, but this is the stuff I also made with sriracha. So it's got soy sauce, it's got Worcestershire sauce, and it's got sriracha. I promise I will not be eating in front of you for the entire stream. I just want to experiment a little bit. Yeah, that works. Well, that little bit of vanilla on the end, maybe not so much, but it is enjoyable. And there is my review. I like it. And that little thing I was doing, the, I don't know if the audio had caught it, but it kind of made me look like I was whistling and sounding like a bird. It was I took a little bit of a sip, and I was inhaling a little bit, and I was sort of aerating the tequila in my mouth so that the flavors would kind of like expand in my mouth and hit everything at once. It is a wine tasting technique, and it works with a lot of things. So, there you go. Don Julio, 1942. There we go. Now, time to get back to the Brotherhood of Steel. I have to be honest, I am getting a little nervous about this. It is, we're getting to the point where I feel some of the questionable missions are going to come up. And I may not be entirely happy with the choices I have to make. But, you know, it's based on what the sort of the faction believes in. We're going to have to see how this plays out. Alright, here we go. Let me get us to the game here. You know, I don't think I've gotten a full suit of XO1 armor yet. I'll have to look to see what I got. Alright, I'm going to do the Kill the Raiders mission first. Always good to start off there. Maybe I can get the sentry bot to do some of the work for me. Maybe I'm supposed to play it here. Uh-huh.
just blasted into tiny pieces. Let me know if you find some spare ammo. This is my favorite part of the job.
Yeah, he's already wiped them out.
If anyone came through here recently, they haven't left a trace in all this dust.
Sounded like he attacked a bull rat. All right. Where did you go? am I doing for shotgun shells? Oh, you got more than I do. Never mind.
How are we supposed to fight when I can barely see me hands in front of me face?
Mini nuke.
Leave that junk behind. You're just wasting space.
Hey,
This better be. Worth it. Let me know if you want help with that lock.
hey,
What is it?
wait there.
Leaving me behind. It's your funeral.
Come on. You think you can unlock that?
Kind of bobby pins. Have any on you?
Well, isn't that interesting?
Nice. Heads up.
Need some. Something?
I think I shot that guy into next week.
I think we're the first people in quite a while.
Take it easy.
Sure enough, you're dead.
Show your face. Come on, dare you. Fight for a chicken.
Take that aluminum. But what was the trap? Who knows?
Maybe we should rest here. The place is built like a fortress.
Where's the guy?
Did you have any luck with those raiders?
I took care of those raiders for you.
Really? Well, that's the best news I've heard in a long time.
Don't much care for good neither. That place is nothing but trouble.
All right, so time to report to the Pridwin, to Elder Maxim.
Don't let anyone catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink. Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
Superstructure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a Sith.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a Sith. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
You gotta be kidding me.
Meh.
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
I don't know if that's the best, like, persuasion. Though I guess I should have
Facing loves and wills, a bit too much.
oh, mission was highlighted, then not highlighted.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Danse.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Danse under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about it.
I understand. On to your orders, then. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Danse had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a sin?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Sky.
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear of that?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Danse, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you have to say? Can't believe that after everything Paladin Danse did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Danse.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Shoulder launch kit is
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Brown.
If it was up to me, I'd take that Carol mutants and shoot them in the face.
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. It's a plea. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
You actually gonna listen to this nonsense?
All right, I'll hear him out.
It's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time
I'm gonna have to drop
comes,
Caitlin off somewhere.
you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Right away. Must be guilty. Better find him before he reveals our secrets to the Institute.
All right, so we're going to go to the castle. I'm going to grab the most unopinionated.
I don't understand these Minutemen. Why the hell would you bother helping a bunch of low-life farmers and settlers for free?
Ada,
A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
time to hit the road.
Wonderful. I look forward to traveling with you.
And we'll send you to the truck stop again. Oh, I have been there before. Okay.
Crop's coming in pretty good.
Who's there?
Still in one piece.
What the hell was that?
Should have just run.
Probably like a bug or something. Sleep for a little bit, get in the daylight. Oh, I forgot to go to Sanctuary. Whoops.
That suit should tip the balance of things in our favor.
Hey,
Not many doctors around these days. Should let me take a look at you.
I need some supplies, Doctor.
And I suppose I could spare some stim packs.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Great.
See, I just learned this. Your store's profits that you get stored in miscellaneous at each shop. So 650 caps. I need hub flour and whiskey. Because I do, even though I have amazing, like, yeah, it was a bug. Like, I do have amazing, here we go, some hub flour. Charisma. I don't want to screw this up like the way I screwed up rescuing the other paladin. She is like devastating. It's fantastic. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Supposedly I have someone tending the bar.
Can we trade a few things?
Of course.
I'm just looking to trade a little.
Sure. Word's spreading all over the colony. The minute we got back, they set up a radio station to coordinate their efforts.
Well, I hope they stick around for good this time. We need them.
Definitely.
Hey.
You get your drink?
Sure. Let's see what you got.
Let me know what you like.
Of course you don't have vodka. No whiskey.
Speak up.
The place is really coming together, huh? Can't take all the credit.
The work, really. It's as simple as that.
Let's see what you have.
Great.
Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look for us here in Sanctuary. Prepared for the future.
Hey, now that you're back here in Sanctuary, how would you like a job?
They didn't tell me. Call check. Just to make sure everyone's doing out there for it. I was supposed to win a pack of steak knives.
I just want to trade a few things.
Guess he's closed. Oh. That's Marcy.
Keep your mouth shut about this place. Huh?
Carla,
You again. Here to trade.
let's see what you have.
Here's what I got.
Thank you. I'll also take those 2 surgical trays. Anything else?
That's not much.
Alright, let's go do this. What?
Crop's coming in pretty good.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
My shoulder launched kitten just really wants to move around in my lap tonight. Take off the helmet, put on the sunglasses, and head to the bunker. Save this properly. Why did it do that? +5 charisma.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
I wish you would have told me the truth, Danse.
I might have, if I'd known what I was. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that we're good friends, and this must be very difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you risked your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Halen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxon will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
God, I hope I can actually get out of here with the Great Mentat still intact.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Danse isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
All I've done for the Brotherhood. All the blood I've spilled in our name. How can you say that?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Danse. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Danse wants to save mankind, not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Danse, or I will not. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly trade it to keep Danse alive.
You value this machine's life that much. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward,
Here we go.
you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel, should you choose to ignore me. No, you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin Night. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
These reinforced structures would make excellent cover.
Who is firing?
Area secure.
There was a forge here?
Find anything useful?
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
At least we know he isn't chasing you anymore. If you stay here, you should be safe.
That's an excellent suggestion. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Goodbye, Danse.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Yeah, I think I got this one gunned up. Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
Thanks for your help, pal.
I was glad to help out.
I can't argue with your timing. Who knows what would have happened to us if you hadn't been here. Anyway, we appreciate the help.
Just in case. back to the Bridwin.
Still can't believe Danse was really a sin. Goddamn traitor.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
Pinging remote units at 30-second intervals at point.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Danse. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. You understand?
Of course. The Brotherhood must come first.
Perhaps there's hope for you yet. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I'm honored, Elder.
You've earned it by your own actions. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put on the Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Attention all personnel. Research patrols are a crucial facet of our operation here in the Commonwealth. Any Brotherhood soldiers that have not received a research patrol assignment should speak to Proctor Quinlan immediately.
This is Captain Kells' room. Close that door. Hey, look.
Post yields such interesting finds.
Attention. This is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation.
A synth.
Anyone found in possession of undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment.
It was the right thing. But you probably have some documents for me. Or perhaps you'd like to aid a research patrol.
I found some technical documents for you.
Ah, good. I was beginning to run out of materials to study. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost unlimited source for these technical documents. Check every building you explore during your patrols very carefully, and you might be pleasantly surprised at what you find.
Your promotion was well deserved, Alan.
Excuse me.
You need some patching up. Go see Knight Captain Pate.
If dumb and ugly had a child, it'd be a super mutant.
I'm proud to be serving under Elder Maxon. I had enough of Lyons and his foolish ways. Put two in the head and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Paladin and
Finding
Danse.
technical documents. You should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for analysis.
Brothers, you'll find. Can't quite enter that, but you know.
I can't wait to see Liberty Prime in action again. The Prison is a magnificent ship, and we're lucky to have her in our arsenal.
All right, so let's go talk to Halen, and then we can work on the next mission.
I hope you brought that artifact back in one piece.
Here it is.
And still in good shape, too. I'll always want more tech, so believe me, I'll never run short of missions. Let me know if you're anxious to get back out there.
Can't do it right now.
Roger that. Just don't forget there's plenty of work to be done out there.
Halen?
You look like you're set for more field work. Got another mission if you're up for it. Go to an area, locate the tech, and bring it back here, safe and sound.
Can't do it right now.
Well, rethink your priorities, and hopefully you'll be back real soon.
So, you finished or what?
Affirmative.
Really? Maybe you're not as worthless as I thought. Commonwealth is a big place in need of some serious exterminating. Whenever you're ready for another op, you know where to find me.
I'm not ready.
I'll be here when you are.
So she had nothing to say. Now I got those two things off my list, which is, nice.
Looks like every crime's coming along. Can't wait to see him smash the Institute.
Carry yourself, dear.
What's up?
Oh, actually,
You and I need. The young man I used to know, never looking for trouble, but always finding it.
You certainly know your way around a workbench.
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Danse has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly handle or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Why is the railroad such a threat?
Even with their relatively small numbers, the Railroad is a constant threat to our operations. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces, with a knack for disappearing when cornered. Worse still, they possess the capability to help synths flee the Institute. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need to plug the leaks. Destroying the Railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
consider it done.
Thank you, Paladin. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Pridwin. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good. It'd be a hell of a waste if you didn't.
I'm certain you'll do whatever it takes to complete the mission. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Try and get Pam back here in one piece, okay?
Now that you've had a chance to roam the Pridwin, what do you think, Paladin? Get back here on the double.
Oh, go to dead drop. Okay, that's fine. So I think what time is it?
Proctor Tegan might have what you need.
I'm gonna go to the Institute. And we'll do Battle of Bunker Hill first.
Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
After everything I've been through to find you, I think you already know.
I'm sorry, Father. Of course. You're right. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided belief.
They're crazy, thinking machines are alive.
Agreed. However noble they may believe themselves to be, they are thieves. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these sins, and need to reacquire them before the railroad can hide them.
Sounds pretty simple.
Hopefully, yes. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the Sins. That would only complicate matters.
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
seems appropriate that the mission starts with me going to wake up the.
Attention, all Brotherhood soldiers. If you have not yet received your Squire mentorship assignment, please come see me on the bridge.
No one in the Railroad's headquarters is to be spared.
Repeat, if you have not received
I have
your
something urgent
mentorship
to report,
assignment,
Elder.
please
The
report to the
Institute is
bridge.
attempting to
That is
recover
all.
escaped synths at Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly. Well done, soldier. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismiss, soldier.
Alright, now I'm going to go back. And now I'm going to grab Kate. Because I think she will actually like this. And now that Danse is sort of safely squirreled away. I can do this without fear of, like, completely pissing her off.
Fired a minigun. Choose no ferals.
What a rush. Yeah?
Hey there.
Ready to head back out?
Ready.
Good. Then let's get moving. If you want to have a Grey Garden, you should go. The whole place is run by robots. Unless the next bloke we run into is armed with a can opener, I'd say we're good to go.
It's as simple as that.
Hey.
This better be. Worth it. Enough of this slog. Just point us to the nearest watering hole. Oh, Bunker Hill. I heard you can get anything from these fellas. Nice spot for a last stand.
Put my helmet back on. This is the part I'm not happy with. But you're just kind of going in and executing. I thought I killed the courser.
Ammo, caps, whatever you find, don't forget to share.
Hey,
Point out what you... need and I'll get right on it.
See if we can find the courser up here.
is it?
Not bad. Money's good.
Oh, they're attacking like gunners or something over there. But supposedly there's a cruiser. Guys, I have cats that are fighting as they're sitting on my lap. This is a pretty view. And I can see the Constitution and the Pridwin. Maybe I gotta go back down. Because this isn't making any sense. I'll do one more. I'll go speak with Father and see if it actually.
Ammo, caps, whatever you find, don't forget to share.
Hey, Cricket.
So many guns and so little time. We just gotta buy them.
Sure. Let's take a look.
A part of every big purchase goes to planting little bitty trees that I'll blow up in your honor.
Son.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We got our asses kicked. Does it matter how?
The chances of failing this mission were so astronomically low that yes, it does matter. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this, they had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion, but this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. It's time to go back in.
Wow, I screwed that up. That's not what I wanted. I'm trying to activate the the Brotherhood of Steel's end game.
Yes.
If Dumb and Ugly had a child, it'd be a super mutant. I can't believe super mutants were humans.
Hey.
This better be worth it.
Hey there.
What do you want?
Your thoughts?
Rounding up a bunch of escaped synths is about as much fun as catching rat roaches. Hope you have fun with that.
How do you feel about our relationship?
Could be worse. Could be better. What do you want? A daily report?
That was all.
Fine by me.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infinite,
I'm assuming those
uninterrupted DNA.
XP is like people
But if
running into
something
the
were to
automated
go
guns.
wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming at any moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else. Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me. Would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
It's my fault. I wasn't able to complete the mission.
I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself. Particularly that will now be significantly harder. There will be accusations that you deliberately sabotaged the mission. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this, they had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. It's time to go back in.
got something I want to say to you.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Appreciate it. We've been on the road together for a while, and we've taken some hard knocks. But through all that crap, I notice you've always been sticking by me. You know, watching me back and making sure I don't do anything stupid. I think maybe it's time to tell you a little bit about who you're traveling with. There's no reason for us to keep acting like we're strangers.
I appreciate your trust.
Well, you're the first to earn it. It all starts with two wastes of humanity I suppose you could call me parents. I'm convinced I was a mistake, because I can't remember a single moment that they treated me like their daughter. I was yelled at and beaten. Everything I did was wrong. Nothing but a nuisance in their eyes. The whole time I was telling myself that they had to love me, even if it was just the tiniest bit, because they never kicked me out. Then me 18th birthday arrived, and I found out why they kept me around. They slapped a shock collar around my neck and sold me to slavers. They didn't even care enough about me to say goodbye. 18 years of suffering through that shite, and all I was worth to them was a pocket full of cabs.
My God. I'm so sorry.
Thanks. But there's more to the story. It would be easy to blame me charm and personality on me parents. But they didn't make me this way. I did. I was with those slavers for 5 years. Roughest 5 of my goddamn life. The things they made me do. The way they used me for their amusement. It sickens me to me stomach even thinking about it. But I bided me time and learned to use their own methods against them. Stealing a few caps out of a sleeping man's pocket is a piece of cake. As long as you don't get greedy.
I don't know how you survived.
That makes 2 of us. It took every ounce of patience I had. But after 5 years, I had finally pocketed enough to buy my own way out of there. But instead of heading off to try and repair the shambles of my life, I gave in to me rage and I headed home. You can imagine the look on me parents' faces when I kicked open their door. What you can't imagine is what they looked like after. After I emptied my gun into them.
Sounds like justice to me.
Was it justice? Or was it murder? When I close my eyes, all I can see is their faces twisted with fear. And then my mind starts wandering and I start judging myself. And it's ripping me the fuck apart. You think I inject myself with all that shite and drink myself drunk because I'm a tough Irish girl. I do it so I can forget and move on with my miserable life. So there you are. The entire flawed package known as Kate. Stripped bare for your perusal.
I'm proud of you.
I knew I was taking a chance telling you all this, but I never expected you to say you were proud of me. I think I needed to hear that from you. Thank you.
Hey, it's okay. We're friends.
Look at me. Now you have me blushing. Well, that settles it, I suppose. Friends it is then. Hope I make you a good one. Otherwise I'm gonna look right the fool, aren't I?
Victory for the Brotherhood.
Now, granted, I'm still not a fan. Like, I think kind of what they do to the synths, if you believe the synths are alive, is kind of messed up.
Detonation pack secured and ready, sir. The heck? What was that? Oh, come back here, damn it! Need some help? Sneaky little shite! That was easy. Whoa, whoa. Hold up. Hear that?
Pam.
Factory reset mode enabled. Command mode available. Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions. Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface. Type
Pam.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions.
Pam.
Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface. Type RJ11G.
I have no idea where Deacon is. deacons out here?
We're only taking minimal casualties, Paladin.
Their orders call for no prisoners.
Shoot to kill.
Something isn't right. We should get out of here.
Area secured, Paladin.
Ah, there's Deacon.
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
Those sympathizers deserved exactly what they got.
That they did. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pan, rather than allow it to be destroyed. We are having it brought to the Pridwin, where it will be installed in Proctor Quinlan's office. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should prove to be quite beneficial to us. Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime and requires your assistance. Congratulations on another successful mission, Paladin. Ad Victoriam. Now that you've had a chance to roam the Pridwin, what do you think, Paladin?
She's very impressive.
Yes, quite a feat of engineering, isn't it? It took the Brotherhood's sharpest minds over 2 years to design and more than twice that to build.
Where was the Pridwin constructed?
She was constructed at Adams Air Force Base, just outside of Washington, D.C. There was a vast amount of scrap metal and salvageable components there after we defeated the Enclave. We spent the first 2 years alone gathering the parts. The rest was spent assembling. It was worth the effort.
With the Pridwin in our arsenal, we can mobilize our entire division, sending her anywhere that Elder Maxon wishes her to go.
Her presence in the Commonwealth ensures that our mission to defeat the Institute will end in victory.
They don't chance.
Amen to that, soldier. In any event, I hope your tour of the Pridwen helped acclimate you to our way of life up here. I think you'll find that the more familiar you become with both her capabilities and her crew, the longer you'll survive as a member of the Brotherhood.
I think we'll start this mission and then we're gonna call it.
Great way to get yourself killed.
Oh, I guess she's on the Pridwen. There we go. This is what I get for not paying attention.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources.
There's a vertebrate waiting to take you to
As such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Naraya and her team. Any violation of this policy will result in severe discipline.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. I'd say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Danse. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're going to defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxim. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwen's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
How can the beryllium agitator start up his reactor?
If Prime's reactor is a campfire, the beryllium agitator is like a match. Strike it, throw it on the logs, and the whole thing ignites. Fusion reactors need a massive power surge in order to get the reaction started. Once it starts, it's self-sustaining. I'm sure I could get one of my scribes to bore you to death with the details, but you get the gist.
I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
You sure it's a good idea to take Miss Nanny here with us?
Why would you want to go?
Are you kidding me? Mass fusion was on the cutting edge of atomic technology. And considering there hasn't been much in the way of engineering advancements lately, that makes it a goddamn gold mine. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity like that.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertebrate on standby waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Alright, so I guess if I'm doing the
Paladin Danse must have been a tough order to follow. We're in with that.
if you're doing the Minuteman, Bunker Hill is what triggers the assault on the Institute, but maybe it's because we need to do a little bit more with Liberty Prime, we have a few extra missions that we have to go through.
Speak up.
I suppose that's something on the building. Whatever it is.
Greetings, buddy. Would you like a cold one, or did you want to hear a joke?
Nope.
You'll find what you're looking for. I know it.
I suppose I should sell all the jet I got carrying. It's causing all that weight. Oh, the medical pump. That's what that was. T6 medic pump.
Hey, now that you're back here in Sanctuary, how would you like a job?
You know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary, prepared for the future.
What have you got to trade today?
It's 23 pounds. Yeah, I guess I need at least one heavy weapon. Guess not.
Mother Nature never ceases to amaze. All the post-war devastation, the sunrise is still quite...
And we'll save. And we'll call it a night. So everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. Getting kind of excited, a little uneasy too. I mean, if some questionable things they have you do as a brotherhood, but it is what it is. I'm going to play it through, and then apparently it gives me a good drop off for also finally doing the Institute conclusion as well, because I will do that just so I can get it well rounded. And then I will probably entertain doing Nuka World, since I haven't played that yet, and there's lots of storyline behind that. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Mike, your full spastic alchemist, and this is I Drink and I Play Things. If you'd like to catch up on previous games, you can find us on the link below. The link below for the YouTube channel, I Drink and I Play Things. You can like, subscribe there. Let me know how I'm doing. Leave comments. And yeah, greatly appreciate it. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll see you soon. Cheers to you.